Munim Bibi, Edikai.
Before we go into the rise and downfall of Afia Schwarzenegger, aka Valentina and Agyeiwaa, let us bring in Nana Agyeiwaa for a minute.
I am a fetish priestess.
Nana Agyeiwaa, the fetish spiritualist, was arrested on 20th April 2021, and her 2 TV stations were shut down for 2 reasons. Number 1, operating without licenses. 2, advertising of money doubling schemes. As usual, Ghanaians celebrated the arrest of Agyeiwaa and trolled her heavily across social media platforms. Now, fast forward 5 months later, 12 September 2021, Afia Schwarzenegger shared a video of her visit to Nana Agyeiwaa's house on Instagram. Surprisingly, Ghanaians started advising Nana Agyeiwaa to be vigilant on how she moved with Afia. So now the big question is, how evil can Afia Schwa be for some people to actually advise a diabolic Nana Agyeiwaa to be careful of her steps around Afia? Seriously, how evil can Afia Schwa be? Join the violence today as we dive deep into Valentina and Agyeiwaa's entire career journey to find the answers. Valentina came into the limelight in February 2011 when TV3 started showing the Afia Schwarzenegger TV series. Valentina played the lead character, Afia Schwa, of the Afia Schwarzenegger TV series. In fact, her acting was so smooth, and that made the series become an instant hit and a household name across Ghana just after the first episode. Shockingly, this was Valentina's first ever acting gig. Apparently, acting was never a part of her plans until one day she suddenly bumped into an old childhood friend, Dolores Frimpong Manso, aka Delay. So Delay discussed her new upcoming TV series with Valentina and enticed her to join the production team. At that moment, Valentina had nothing better doing for herself, so this was a big opportunity that she could not afford to miss. Therefore, she accepted, and Delay made her the lead character, Afia Schwarzenegger. The success of the Afia Schwarzenegger TV series enabled Valentina secure jobs at top media companies like Happy FM, OK FM, Kasapa FM, TV3, ETV, UTV, and many more in the years that followed. As typical of Ghanaians, we resorted to calling Valentina by the character name Afia Schwarzenegger even outside of the TV show. Somewhere March 2012, Afia's phone started ringing. She went on to answer the call without disconnecting the BlackBerry phone from the power source, and that was when she had the shock of her life. Yes, electric shock. The electric shock got Afia hospitalized for several days. Upon discharge from the hospital, Afia decided to use her accident to embark on a campaign to educate fellow Ghanaians on the dangers of using a mobile phone whilst it's still on charge. The campaign won her the admiration of many more Ghanaians. About 7 months later, on Saturday night, October 13, 2012, during the second edition of the Radio and Television Awards show, Gifty Auntie walked onto the stage to pick her second award and said this: "I dedicate this award to the 2 hard-working ladies who are causing troubles for me on air, Delay and Valentina." Upon hearing this speech, if you are not aware of what is actually going on behind closed doors, you may think that, oh, she's just regarding the 2 of them as competition. Well, we shall find out the reason for that speech soon enough. But before then, let me know if you are enjoying the story by clicking on the subscribe button or in the comment section. After making this speech, Gifty Auntie proceeded to walk towards Delay and Afia Schwa, who were both at the VIP side, to present her award to them. But Afia Schwa stood up from her seat and walked away, but Delay remained seated. The reason for the speech and the snub was that Afia and Delay were fighting, and some influential people have been trying to bring them back together behind closed doors. However, It seems like what separated them is very huge and stronger than those trying to bring them back together again. Due to the split, Delay had already casted a new person, Emily Nanahima, to play the character of Afia Schwarzenegger. The series was still showing on TV, but it was not the same without Valentina playing the lead role. Meanwhile, Valentina was also trying to shoot her own TV series and has decided that the name of her TV series would also be Queen Afia Schwarzenegger. This beef was the beginning of a new era for Valentina Nana Agyeiwaa. Afia enjoyed the social media trending and attention she got from this beef so much so that she decided to make beef her new career.
Violence na echoes social media. Hey, you need to watch.
Therefore, Afia will truly go on to beef almost every friend she will make in the entertainment industry in this country, such as Miss Bell, Nana Tornado, Aisha Modi, Edu Safwa, Monaguchi, Afia. Even without provocation, Afia would still attack some celebrities and influential people like Nana Banamwa, Messia Sedu, Wendy Shea, John DeMello, Vivian Gel, Afia Odo, Yvonne Nelson, and many more with unprintable words. As if that is not enough, men of God like Bishop Obinim, Reverend Obofo, Prophet Bedukobi, Prophet Kumchacha, Prophet Nigel Geze, Owusu Bempa, Apostle Safo Kantanka all suffered in the mouth of Afia Shwa in her quest for social media trends in the years that followed. However, one of these unprovoked attacks did not end well for her, although she got the attention she so badly needed, but it affected her in a very negative way she never anticipated. I mean, the time when she attacked United States-based Ghanaian social commentator Twene Jonas for disrespecting Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. Twene Jonas responded in his usual style and described Afia as the
real definition of ugly bitches.
And went on to give Afia a new nickname,
Fufufunu.
This beef turned out to be too hard for Afia to chew. In fact, Ghanaians were so satisfied with how hard Twene Jonas was able to drag Afia.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, if you are close to Sister Afia Schwarzenegger, hug her. Hug her. She needs it. This is psychologically dementing, tormenting. This is the end of an era.
Jonas will go on to make some damning allegation against Afia's pure water business. She will later confirm how this beef affected the sales and profits of her pure water business. Before we continue the story,
please whatever.
As you already know, marriage is a very big deal for Ghanaians, especially women. So if you don't have a husband at a certain age, society looks at you some way. Now, we are in 2016 and Valentina is determined to change the narrative to raise her social status through marriage. But Ghanaian men, on the other hand, are very selective when picking a wife. In fact, as the Bible says in Proverbs 21:19, it is better to live in a desert land than with a quarrelsome wife. So, besides paying a cleaner to become her husband, what else could Afia do to get a husband? Well, I don't know, but that's exactly what she did, and she confirmed it herself. 3 days to the white wedding, something very disturbing happened, and that is Aburakwa the cleaner beat up Afia Shwa and her mother to the extent of dragging Afia's 70-year-old mother on the floor like a cleaner with a mop. However, she went ahead with the marriage ceremony with this abusive guy because she had already taken a huge bank loan to pay for all the costs involved in both the traditional marriage rite, white wedding ceremony, and a honeymoon vacation in South Africa. Yes, Afia paid her own bride price and all the costs involved. Barely 8 months into their marriage, Agyeiwaa caught Afia in bed with another man and threatened to disfigure her with acid. They battled the issue in court, and Afia was granted divorce from the abusive guy. In an attempt to still prove to her critics that she can be a wife material, Afia rushed into another relationship with Kumawood actor Prince Williams Darlington. But this relationship ended faster than Usain Bolt. In a live interview on Asempa 94.7 FM, when the host asked Prince Darlington about his relationship with Queen Afia Fufufuno, he said this.
Like I said, I never wanted to sleep with her. It was out of pity and constant harassment from her.
We use the protection there.
Definitely.
So, with all this happening, you would think that maybe Afia will change her ways and stop fighting both her friends and innocent people on social media.
I hope you don't fight. Maybe I hope you don't fight.
Ghanaians are peaceful and very loving people and never wish the downfall of a fellow human being, no matter what. But the same cannot be said about Queen Afia Fufufuno Schwarzenegger. Apparently, the downfall of a fellow human being gives her sweet joy. Even at the time when Kweku the Traveler was topping charts all over the world, making Ghanaians super proud and rooting for Blacko's success, Afia said,
I like him. I think he's talented. Ne malam soka tini odo pepe oh you any obi a talent eche kofinti.
On that same interview with Zion Felix, Afia also said this about Miss Bell.
I hate her with a passion. I hate her with a passion.
Allegedly, all the media companies that ever employed Afia in the past earned bad reputations one way or the other because of Afia's gross misconduct. To redeem their reputations, they had to sack her. So on 21st May 2022, when Afia posted a picture of herself with Chairman Wontumi in front of the Wontumi Media building, it shocked Ghanaians. Because the perception from the caption was that Wontumi has employed Afia. However, that was not the case. The chairman rather employed Delay. As you may already know, the intro on the Delay show often sounds like a shade to her critics and imaginary haters. And on 29th May 2022 episode of the Delay show, Delay delivered another shade to a supposed Madam Hater and said,
Enuntino Madam Hater. Even
though she did not mention anyone's name, let's be honest, besides Afia, who else best fits the tag Madam Hater? Beef has been Madam Hater's full-time job since 2012. Therefore, she responded accordingly, and without mentioning anyone's name, Afia said she does not hate on a barren woman. This beef happened to be too hot for Delay to chew, so it turned into tears live on Wontumi Radio.
And I've kept quiet for too long. I'm tired.
Although comrades in the violence universe always say beef has no formula, we neither support the oppressor
nor do we feel sorry for the oppressed, and we won't tolerate peace on this ground. Never.
However, many violence-loving comrades acknowledge that Afia stepped over the line on this one.
Since being a woman, it's disgusting. We shouldn't encourage that. I am all for the violence and the beef, but this is stupid.
But it appears that in Afia's dictionary, there's no line too far to cross. Apparently, no respectable company or business in Ghana wants to attach Fufufuno to their brand. Even Afia herself, she had to separate her name from her own pure water business because Ghanaians stopped buying the Cars drinking water when they realized that Cars simply means Queen Afia Schwarzenegger. Therefore, she had no other option than to change the brand name of her pure water.
It's so business no.
Me difference no. Business run the chain.
To me, was not a moi.
Yes. My rebranding, I didn't have a petty, we never me try.
Besides fighting her friends and attacking innocent people on social media, Afia is also expert in promoting skin bleaching products to her impressionable followers on social media. Most of these skin bleaching products are off-brand and not approved by the FDA, but what else could she do to get small coins to chop?
That's how I raise small coins to do what? To eat.
And this is the satisfying downfall of Valentina Agyeiwaa.